2026 Shriners Children's Hospital Clearwater Invitational. Beautiful day at America's favorite beaches. Here in Clearwater, sunny, temperature about 70 degrees. It is opening day for our ESPN coverage on the road to the Women's College World Series, and we've got a top 10 showdown to get us going. Number 8 Nebraska taking on number 10 LSU. You remember her as Jordy Ball, now Jordy Fromm after her marriage in the offseason. She is still as good as ever. How about what's cooking this weekend? 40 games in 4 days for you in this 7th year of the Invitational. Usually a great springboard towards that World Series. We got 16 All-Americans with us, and all of these matchups are top 10 showdowns building towards those two at the bottom for our Sunday night doubleheader on ESPN. Hi, everybody, and welcome to a brand new season of college softball on the ESPN networks. Beth Mowens, Jessica Mendoza, Michelle Smith, and our terrific cast and crew here bringing you all the images of this opening weekend with, Jess, the best field that we've ever had here in Clearwater.
And we've got summer weather in February, and you're right, the best teams that we have seen here, top-ranked teams, All-Americans.
Yeah, the talent on the team side is outstanding, but how about the superstar players? We've got them all over the field. In fact, in this first game, we're going to see that Jordy Fromm, who's just been outstanding in her career. How about the first NCAA athlete to have 20 wins in the circle and over 20 home runs? She can do it all. She's just a juggernaut in the circle. She hits for power, and look at what she's chasing. A 4-time first-team All-American, potentially 4-time Conference Pitcher of the Year. And how about the national championships? 2 with Oklahoma, looking to try to punch a ticket for Nebraska and win that national championship.
Huskers came up just short of the World Series last year. They have a schedule that should be able to put together a top 8 seed worthy resume if they can navigate it. How about on the other side, LSU? You know things are going to be tough through the SEC slate, but they've got Tori Edwards, a returning All-American, back on the field.
Yeah, we talked about all those All-Americans, and not just that, she did it her freshman season. In fact, she was SEC Freshman of the Year, pretty much rewrote all the record books for LSU. Slugging percentage, home runs, she had the power, the average, everything for this LSU offense.
All those freshman records, and one of her classmates a year ago. Now, starting her sophomore campaign, Jaden Heavner out of Pace, Florida. 2-0 to open up the season. 11 innings of work last week, allowing just 3 earned runs as the Tigers went 6-0. And for the Huskers, coming in at 3-2, off of an appearance in the Supers, set all kinds of school records offensively. They return 84% of their offense, led by Jordy Fromm. And here she is to open things up. Jordy Ball married to Trey Fromm in the offseason. And what a year it was. The first player in history to hit 400 with 20 homers and also 20 wins in the circle in her first full season with the Huskers after she missed the prior year due to an injury. And of course, you recall the freshman and sophomore years at Oklahoma, where she was a significant part of back-to-back national championships for the Sooners.
She's got that blue-collar style, no batting gloves, the eye black. Just the way she stands in the box. I mean, you can tell that rhythm she gets in. Similar rhythm when she's on the mound. Honestly, that bounce that she has. Watch her hands to kind of get her set, get her relaxed.
Big numbers from a year ago, and that hits her. By the way, Jordy is not the starting pitcher today. She will open up the ball game playing first base. And it's a free pass to start things off.
This is a curveball trying to get in underneath the hands. You can see it just rides in and hits her in the core. Heavner has a lot of spin.
That'll bring up Hannah Kamenzen. Stepping into the left side. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Both Hannah and her sister Lauren in the starting lineup today for the Huskers. Started out their careers at Arkansas and then came back home, originally from Valley, Nebraska. Hannah had a hit in all 5 of their games last weekend. Here's the 0-2. Slow roller to short, and it eats up Kylie Edwards, and she's got nowhere to go with it. And the first 2 are on base with a free pass and an error.
Ball on the outer half, just pokes at Edwards. You can see that hop up at the last second. It's going to eat her up a little bit. And an opportunity now for Nebraska here early in this game to try to do some damage in the first inning.
And I think they are going to rule that a hit. Ooh.
Maybe the hop.
Here's Jessie Farrell with an RBI opportunity early.
The thing about facing Huebner, too, is the fact that she's effectively wild. We saw her already hit her 4th bat of the season. Jordy Fromm, the leadoff batter, but a lot of times she doesn't know where it's going, so hitters have a hard time predicting where to look.
Infield pop. Sierra Daniel is under it. 1 down.
When Huebner needed that out. When she induces some pop-ups, she has that effectively wild control throughout the zone. Really good curveball, rise ball at the top of the zone. It's a lot of spin, Jess, you talked about it. Not really sure where that ball's gonna go, and she's hard to really dive and attack into because of the way that she spins the ball. So she's gonna be in the upper 60s. It's a curve rise ball, change-up combination, and curve on both sides. And again, tough to square up with all that spin and not really knowing where she's gonna be around the plate.
Freshman All-American a year ago, 13-5 record, and a former high school player of the year in the state of Florida.
Hey, let's go, baby.
With 1 down, here's the number 4 hitter, Ava Kuzak. 21 home runs, 64 runs batted in her breakout season a year ago, her first with Nebraska after coming over from Wisconsin. 2 for 17 a week ago, but one of those 2 was a home run. Huebner catches the corner.
That's that good pitch on the outer half. She'll start that away from that left side. Both starting pitchers left-handers here today, so they like to attack that arm side of the plate, out to righties, into lefties.
Fly ball out to right towards Alex Franklin. She's got it. Fromm had to dive back in at second. So after 2 get on, 2 quick outs for Huebner.
And that's why in the 3-hole, you've got to be able to move your runner over. If Farrell would have been able to move her teammates up, that probably would have been a sacrifice fly. Those productive outs so important when runners are on base.
Here's Emerson Cope. 2-way player for the Huskers. Gets the start as the DP today. Hit .348 last season.
Huebner having a hard time getting in. We talked about kind of that backdoor curve away to these righties, but right now Bergeron, the catcher, set up inside trying to get into these righties. She keeps missing away.
Yeah, and just to your point, that's what she was trying to do to Fromm. She ends up hitting her, and now sometimes as a pitcher that gets in your head, you're a little hesitant to throw to that inner half.
Well, that last pitch is a strike, but because the catcher's not ready for it to be away, she can't frame it up.
And Huebner continues to fall behind, now 3-0. With the Oklahoma transfer, Hannah Core on deck, already starting to think about a bases loaded situation.
3-0, that's the green light.
Yeah, swinging away.
I love it. Although it gets a pitcher that is very wild and you don't really know where it's going to end up.
What's your mindset as a hitter early season, Jess?
Honestly, you want to find mistakes. You're going to see a whole lot of them. So understand what that zone is for you and absolutely crush when you see it. That was one of them. Again, Huebner trying to get in and missing away. I mean, she got lucky. Emerson Cope just misses this pitch. And this, she gets a little bit more on top of this thing, fouled straight back. That's a mistake.
Runners will be moving here with a 3-2 pitch, the 20th of the inning fouled away. So conversely, Smitty, as a pitcher, when you make a mistake, oops, hope they don't hit it and move on.
Exactly, but that's where spin is your friend. And one of the things we said in our scouting report, she is hard to barrel up or hard to square up because of that tight spin.
Fromm will be moving from second. Sliced out towards Franklin, and she's got it. So a couple on board and a couple left there. LSU picking up the bats when we come back. In Clearwater on this opening day, 40 games in the next 4 days coming at you. The starting lineup for the Tigers features Macy Bajaran, a third-team All-American a year ago. Had a breakout season, hit .364. And the senior from Rayne, Louisiana, now in her 4th year in the starting lineup. To face Alexis Jenkins, the lefty freshman out of Gretna, Nebraska. Jensen, excuse me. Couple of starts, 1-0. Coach Rhonda Ravel calls her a terrific compliment to Jordy Ball. You may note she is one number higher than Jordy Fromm. First pitch swinging, backhanded by Samantha Bland, and that'll take care of Jayla Lassiter, 1 down.
Jensen, the freshman, has got a lot of high hopes and expectations. Really going to be learning a lot from Jordy Fromm. She's going to work the upper half of the zone. She's got that good lefty spin, screwball, curveball combination. Upstairs with the rise ball, she'll mix speeds. She's got a good changeup, and she learned a lot in her first weekend of play last weekend. She told her coaches, she's like, when I made mistakes and put the ball on the plate, it got punished. And those were her words. And the coaches loved the fact that she had that insight to understand, okay, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do.
She's a winner. Gretna has a great program, several players on this Nebraska roster from that town. And she is a high school All-American, and a big moment for her against the LSU Tigers out of the SEC, and Sierra Daniel, one of their returning starters. 8 newcomers this year for LSU. They had some heavy losses in the plate and in the circle. For Beth Torina's club, they are also trying to put a disappointing finish behind them. They got bounced at home for the 2nd time in 3 years in regional play.
Well, this was the matchup we thought we would see at regionals, because Nebraska was at that regional in Baton Rouge.
Beth Torina was like, I was hoping we'd play Nebraska this week. I had so much notes from regionals last year that never got used, and you know, most of the team returning for Nebraska.
Tip of the cap to Southeastern Louisiana. They eliminated the Tigers. Nebraska did not even play LSU en route to that regional win. And then the Huskers ended up losing in 3 games in the Supers at Tennessee. So they are hoping for a top 8 seed to stay at home this year.
Well, and that's part of the reason that she scheduled so tough last weekend, going up against #1 Texas.
Called strike 3, 2 down.
That's that knee buckling changeup that Jensen can throw. The freshman, she's got that rise ball upstairs, the curve ball, but this is the pitch that's going to help set everything up. This is a flip change. Look at the way it's spinning over the top. Great location. It's just going to dive and dump down. Daniel unable to pull the trigger. Big strikeout for the freshman.
So here is Bajaran. Hit in the last 3 games after a slow start. Went .235 on opening weekend. She is a player that the Tigers will rely on heavily at the plate, and of course dealing with that young pitching staff behind the plate. 1-1 to Macy.
See the massive improvements last year compared to her first 2 seasons. Really overhauled her swing, got a lot more power, consistency. Being in the lineup, of course, a whole lot more.
Yep. A regular in the starting lineup, a 3rd-team All-American.
She starts with very short stance, and you'll see a couple LSU hitters kind of have this style where feet start very close together, and then they go into the kind of that bigger stride.
Couldn't hold off the rise, and a couple of strikeouts, so 1-2-3 start for Jensen.
Alexis Jensen, the Frenchman, just getting it done in the circle. You could see the energy, the excitement. Rise ball at the top of the zone, 2 strikeouts in her first inning here at Clearwater. Well, for Nebraska, they need to shut it down, and they got that from their freshman pitcher. Alexis Jensen getting them off to a good start.
How do you get to the freshman? You make a statement, and that's what LSU needs to do with their offense. Get to the freshman early, make that statement offensively.
Jensen
Young
with a
pitcher.
couple of strikeouts in the first inning, so we move to the second. 7, 8, and 9 coming up for Nebraska. They threatened in the first inning against Jaden Heavner and then went 0 for 3 with a runner in scoring position. So here is Casey Hoffman, the senior right fielder. One of 5 seniors in the lineup. And other than the freshman pitcher, their entire starting unit, upperclassmen.
Oh, and that's why for the freshmen, you know, when we were discussing before the game, like what are some of the keys for Nebraska? They gave up 31 runs last weekend. 24 of those were earned, 12 wild pitches. They really needed that pitching staff to shut down LSU, give their offense a chance to get up on the board.
Swing and a miss from Hannah Kaur. And the rise ball, the first strikeout for Heavner.
Well, and Heavner has that really good spin from the left side as well. We're going to see a lot of this from both pitchers, rise ball, but this one's out of the zone. You can see it out of the hand. It's elevated. Kaur just is taking up the ladder on that. That's a pitch you probably need to be a little more disciplined on and lay off. But easier said than done.
Well, that's where Heavner, I mean, first of all, she's effectively wild because she can throw it kind of all over the plate, but with that rise ball, she'll start it low, and then she can go up out of the zone.
Fouled off by Hoffman. Robbie Guest behind the plate, Chelsea Clark at first, Tanya Cash at third, our umpiring crew. Hoffman 364 last week, and the line out to third, 2 down. Well, the season outlook for Nebraska, starting out in the top 10. They split with Texas in their 2 games last weekend, and of course, Fromm returns. A Player of the Year, an All-American, back in her home state, and a sense of senior urgency. This is it for a lot of these seniors to leave their mark on the program. For Rhonda Ravel in her 34th year.
Well, this team has
at
23 players, Beth, and 12 of them are seniors.
Yeah.
That is what this team is. I mean, they are made of veterans. This is their year, and you're right. Rhonda Ravel, what she's built over 4 decades.
Well, and then 5 juniors, so the majority of this team, all upperclassmen, 17 upperclassmen. You're right, this is a team built for a deep postseason run.
One of the contenders to win the Big Ten. Out to left center, and Lassiter will drift over. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers. Storylines as we throw out the first pitches of a brand new season. Of course, Texas looking to repeat after they won it all for the first time a year ago. There are some dominant arms and circles around the nation, including this group. Those first three are with us here in Clearwater, and Texas Tech hit the portal hard, and they added 3 All-American bats and an ace of an arm. And how about the Oklahoma Sooners? After missing out on the championship series last year, they will try and bounce back and make it 5 titles in 6 seasons. And Tori Edwards will step in here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up for LSU in a scoreless game early.
She was ready first pitch. I mean, honestly, scouting report, it's the best thing about being down in the order coming into this second inning, even though she's in the 4 spot, is being able to understand, okay, Jensen's trying to get into these righties, and she was ready for that pitch.
Hit 385 opening weekend with a couple of home runs. And in the Southeastern Conference, loaded with talent, she is right up there near the top.
Named a captain as a sophomore. I mean, you understand, that's voted by your teammates. They know leadership. Tori Edwards, not just talented, but also a big voice for this LSU team.
Oh, strong, set some LSU records in the weight room last year. Just so many tools.
A school record, 800-plus slug, and the 73 runs batted in.
And those 18 home runs tied the school record single season.
Jensen being careful. 2-2. Alexis opened up the game with a couple of strikeouts in that first inning. Her 4th appearance already of this young season. Gets a swing and a miss, and she has struck out 3 in a row in the heart of the order.
Jensen just has some really good wiggle. She went inside hard to Edwards, and then she's going to pull the chain on this. Look at the way this off speed, it's not just slow and change of pace, it's that dive, it's that dip down that makes it so difficult to hit.
So a couple of strikeouts with that changeup, one with the rise. And here is Allie Hutchins, the starting 3rd baseman.
I'm impressed with that changeup. It is a hard pitch to sell, and a lot of, we talk about with pitchers, the off speed is queen when you talk about college softball, but it is hard to sell that pitch, and Alexis Jensen selling it earlier in the second.
Well, I think she learned a lot last weekend, too. I mean, just knowing that the 5 home runs she gave up last weekend, the majority of them when she was ahead.
All with 2 strikes.
With 2 strikes, exactly. And as a pitcher, you learn. You're like, okay, I can't be that good. I can't be that close to the zone. Those pitches out of the zone, but she's still getting the swing and miss.
She had no walks. And as much as that's great, it's like the coaching staff's like, you were 75% strikes. Like, throw some balls.
Exactly.
It's okay. Make them chase.
Well, especially when you're ahead, because that's really, you want the hitter to strike themselves out, to swing at a ball out of the zone.
Gets a swing and a miss there. And Smitty, you know, it's a major step from high school ball to college ball, and you cannot afraid to get whacked.
No.
I mean, it's going to happen. It's how you respond to it and move forward and learn from it.
Yeah, and you learn early, too, that with 2 strikes, you can't just hammer the glove, because more than likely the level of hitter at this stage will be able to barrel up that ball and hit it hard. So with 2 strikes, you've got to really still continue to pitch and not just try to blow the ball past people.
This is what she usually throws, at least early on in her career.
Curveball on both sides, that rise ball both sides.
Tried to sneak the change by, and just off the end of the Hutchins bat.
I think this might have been off the top of the bat. I mean, that's how early, just get a piece. I mean, you're talking maybe the last inch. Yes, top of the bat. That is hard to do, barely staying alive.
Well, and it's that tight rotation. You can see it even in the super slow-mo, how tight that ball is spinning. It plays with the depth perception of the hitter.
Can she make it 4 in a row? Yes, she can. 3 of them with the change, 2 down.
Well, and this is the setup pitch, so she goes change up to come back to it, and this is when you're throwing this pitch effectively. You can't read it. So setup pitch is change up. She knows she's not seeing it, dumps it back down again. This one a little bit higher, a little bit more on the outer corner, but look at that movement. That is a beautiful pitch. 3 of the 4 strikeouts on the changeup now.
We talked to Ron Ravel before the game, and she said, I know everyone wants Jordy Fromm starting this game, right? You kick off this big tournament. I'm going with the freshman because I want to throw her into the fire. I want her to rebound from her numbers last weekend, and I want to see what she's got.
We'll take Jordy on Sunday night, primetime on ESPN, if we can get that.
She talked about pitching Peaches James against Jenny Finch early in the season, and that was a freshman pitcher against a big, massive game. She said that game is what got us a huge, massive no-hitter in the regionals later that season, throwing the freshman early.
It's all building. Lorenz pops that up to Kuzak at short, and it is 6 up and 6 down for number 99, opening up the Clearwater Invitational. Welcome back to Clearwater. Gorgeous day for the Shriners Children's Clearwater Invitational opening day. They call themselves America's favorite beaches, and with good reason. And Jordy Fromm is on deck, 9, and then the top of the order coming up. They have almost their entire offense back from their super regional a year ago, and all of their wins and almost every single one of their strikeouts returning in the circle.
It's incredible the leadership this team has, the experience. You don't see those numbers returning very often, especially nowadays, transfers leaving the program. Nebraska, everyone was coming home.
Here's Lauren Kammensen, which you would think, guys, right out of the chute, you should be ready to hit the ground running. Tough challenges a week ago, 2 games against number 1 Texas. They split those. But again, this is the opportunity where you start building that resume, because the committee will look at these when you're playing a bunch of ranked opponents in a short period of time. Some of those head-to-heads can come into play later in the year.
Yeah, and that's what they didn't have last year, so they ended up on the road for regionals, super regionals, and Coach Ravel said, we're going to play a tougher schedule because we want to host. We want to be at home in May.
And what a reward that would be for that fan base. And as you mentioned, Jess, all these Nebraska kids that have come home to the program, including their captain.
11 of the 23 are from Nebraska. A lot of talent.
Lauren Kammensen fouls that off. Hit 276 a year ago. And she's started out the season on a 5-game hitting streak. Lays off the Heavner rise.
All the outs have been in the air or against that rise ball, so definitely the plan in the dugout right now is lay off that pitch unless you can get on top of it.
That schedule we've talked about, by the way, for Nebraska. They're playing in the SEC the first couple of days. LSU, Georgia later today, Tennessee tomorrow, and then the big showdown with number 1 Texas Tech on Sunday night, primetime on ESPN. That would be their 3rd game already this year against a number 1 team.
It's impressive. I mean, you start the season against the national champions, playing them twice. Come into this tournament.
Another 3-2 pitch. And that is laced down the line and fair. It got through Edwards. And a runner on board here out of the 9 spot for Nebraska.
Hey, we got a hit in this game. Let's go.
Right.
Offense has not shown up yet, and this is a great job of 2 strikes. Just let this ball travel, poke it down the line, get it through. How about your 9 spot for Nebraska? Getting on base to bring up the great Jordy Fromm with a runner on.
First hit, by the way, because they changed the Hannah Kammensen single to an error back in that first inning. So here is Jordy, hit by a pitch in the first inning for the 4th time already in 6 games.
Trying to take the power away, try to get underneath her hands. She's got 2 home runs already this year, 23 last year.
Now last week she hit .429. The Big Ten Pitcher and Player of the Year last year. First time that's ever happened. Sliced foul and out of play. Not many have been able to do it at the plate and in the circle as powerfully as she has done. We've had some really good hitting pitchers over the years. Pitchers who rake, as the kids like to say. They used to, anyways. 1-2 pitch. Pops her up. Jammed her. Avery Hodge, the new third baseman, has it. 1 down. Big get for Hefner there.
She's doing a great job with that rise ball, throwing it all over the zone, but inducing so many fly ball outs. That has been the name of the game. Not a lot of swing and miss, but she is getting those easy pop-ups.
So here is Hannah Cammons in with her sister Lauren at first base. First pitch swinging, a rope out to left, and coming on is Char Lorenz. 2 down.
And that ball was well barreled up by Hannah. Looked like it was going to get in the gap, but a great job by Lorenz out in left field. Shows how important left fielders are.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, they're saving games left and right. It's all about the reads though, that line drive.
There's Jessie Farrell, popped up the first pitch she saw in the first inning. Huskers need some clutch, guys. They are 0 for 6 already with a runner on base.
Well, and the non-productive outs, you know, those are the things that are really hurting them, because remember, when you don't move runners up, positioning then plays a piece of where the defense is at.
That'll help. Deep drive. Packet goes off the wall in left field. Cammonson racing around third, and she will score. RBI double for Jessie Farrell here with 2 outs in the third.
Key is to get on top of this pitch. The rise ball, this is what's been giving them a lot of the pop flies. And Jessie Farrell does a great job going to meet this thing. Almost was going to clear the wall. I thought that was going to be out off the bat. Just hits off the top of the wall for a stand-up double. Nebraska's on the board.
Junior transfer from UNLV delivers. That's her 3rd RBI of the season, and it's 1-0 Huskers, and a chance to add to it with their number 4 hitter, Ava Kuzak. Flew out to right her first time up when she had a similar situation with a runner at second. Out of Broomfield, Colorado. All Big Ten performer a year ago with the big home run explosion. And really, we talk about it with Nigeri Kennedy at Texas Tech, who we'll see in our next game. Similar with Jordy Fromm at Nebraska. A lot of talented folks want to be a part of that, want to play with her. Kuzak, one of them. Knowing that they have a chance to build something special with all of these upperclassmen, that Rhonda Revelle is challenged with this schedule. Hey, go get it if you want it. Kuzak stays alive at 62 miles an hour. Hefner already up to a pitch count of 50.
She hasn't gotten a lot of swing and miss. No. It's definitely been foul balls, deep counts, a lot of 3-2 counts.
I think the rise ball strikeout to Hannah Core may be the only one. On the run to make the catch is Franklin. But a runner scores for Nebraska off the bat of Jessie Farrell.
Nebraska getting on the board here early. Big double. Jessie Farrell, Nebraska pumped up, heading into the third.
Southeastern Conference, after Texas won the national championship last year, Oklahoma was your regular season champion. The 2-time SEC Pitcher of the Year is back for Tennessee, and Carlin Pickens. She's here in Clearwater. So is Texas A&M. The stunner a year ago, the first #1 seed to get bounced in a regional at home. And 12 of the 15 are ranked in the top 25, including these LSU Tigers. They've already moved up from number 13 to number 10 with 11 newcomers. They have a daunting SEC schedule that will challenge them and get them ready for the postseason as Alex Franklin grounds out one away. The 11 newcomers, the most in school history, with 6 freshmen and 5 transfers. They have some big shoes to fill. Sydney Bearzon transferred out to Oklahoma, and they lost some of their best bats like Danica Coffey and Mackenzie Rudity from a year ago. So opportunity is knocking for a lot of the Tigers.
It's a team with a lot of speed. They were 19 for 19 in stolen bases last weekend. 5 home runs.
Here's one of those players, Kylie Edwards, the transfer from Mississippi State, who steps in to start at short. Skies that out to Hannah Core. And they have run into a bit of a buzzsaw so far. And Alexis Jensen, who has retired the first 8 she has faced.
She's been impressive. Really good spin. You can see her ball moving a lot, but it's that change of pace, the change of the way that she gets that ball to just dump down in the zone has been impressive.
Tigers continue to wail away early. Only 3 pitches thrown so far in the inning for 2 outs.
Well, sometimes change-up pitchers do that to you because
Yes,
you think, I'm going to swing at the first hard pitch I see, even if it's not a good pitch.
And Jensen's been pretty consistently hard early on. It's gone to the changeup late, so I think the conversation has been jump on what she's thrown at, kind of that curveball. It's been into righties, away to lefties.
I love the way Bryce Neal comes out to talk a little bit with his hitter, saying, oh, wait, we need a little bit of time here. So
Yeah, interesting too for LSU with Sandra Moten and former great Taylor Pleasance now their first base coaches. That means that Beth Torina has decided this year she's going to stay in the dugout. And she thinks that is going to be a lot better long-term for her pitching staff in particular. Obviously, a former pitcher herself and handles the pitchers amongst all the other duties at LSU.
It's tough, a lot of responsibilities for head coaches, and when you're trying to run your pitching staff, call the game, be in the third base batter's box, coach's box, excuse me, it's a lot of moving parts, so delegating out will make a big difference for her this year.
Well, and she loves to challenge her guys. 18 top 25 wins a year ago. Even though they finished middle of the pack in the SEC, that's still why they ended up getting a seed and had a chance to stay home, as they almost always do, because of that strong resume and strong strength of schedule. And a swing and the miss to get Hodge. 5 strikeouts the first time through the order for freshman Alexis Jensen.
You know, Jensen's changeup has just been filthy. First time through the lineup, 5 strikeouts. The majority of those with the strikeout. The freshman is pumped.
Clearwater Invitational, 1-0 Huskers over Tigers. Head coach Rhonda Revelle now joins us on the mic.
And Coach, Jensen's first weekend last week made some adjustments during practice. What was the message to get what you've seen so far here today?
Well, she's been taught to pound the zone, and we appreciate that. She actually threw 75% strikes on the weekend last weekend, and so if we can get her ahead, we're working to stretch that zone very strategically. So she's still throwing it hopefully where she wants it. We're just stretching it and using a little more strategy.
Well, speaking of strategy, the adjustments that you guys made in the top of the 3rd inning, Jessie Farrell, you've been high on her, excited to have her be a part of this team. Tell me about that big double she had in the 3rd.
Yeah, well, first of all, she's a competitor and she's a great athlete, and she wants to be up in that spot, and that's half the battle, right? Got to be the one that wants to be in the box.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Opening day of a big weekend. And for she and Lori Sipple, been there and done that a long, long time. Former players at Nebraska, Rhonda on that short list of women who have played and coached in the Women's College World Series. And they certainly have a team that can not only contend to get back there, but what they are hoping around the state is they can win it all. The roster is certainly built for that kind of run. Under the glove of Hodge at 3rd, and the leadoff on base, Emerson Cope.
And that's a tough pitch. We've talked a lot about these lefties getting into righties, but with Emerson Cope, not only is this in, but it's going to be down and in. So for her to be able to drop the barrel, get her hands to this pitch just below the glove of Avery Hodge. Oh, great look from our third base ump cam. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Umpires have cameras on their hats.
You want to know what it's like to be on the field and that ball's being smoked down the third
There you
baseline?
go.
There you go. Yes.
Thank you, the men and women in blue, for doing that. Second hit of the ball game for Nebraska, and they're kept that one on the ground after a bunch of flyouts, 8 of them through the first time through the order. And dropping down the bunt is Hannah Core. That'll move the runner over with the sacrifice one away. Hey, we got a women's college basketball doubleheader coming your way on ABC Sunday afternoon. Doesn't get much bigger than Duke and Carolina. That's at 1 Eastern. And then Texas and Tennessee. The Sunday doubleheader on ABC. A lot of eyes on Tennessee after 2 big losses to UConn and South Carolina. How will that proud program respond? Good doubleheader coming on ABC Hoops Sunday afternoon, and we're here Sunday night on ESPN for a big doubleheader that will feature Nebraska playing Texas Tech and Tennessee Florida State.
All women's Sunday.
Yes.
Let's go.
Right. Hoffman was swinging for the fences on that one.
And that's the thing. It's Heavner right now. She just keeps going to the back of that rise ball as long as they're going to chase it.
Yep. That will roll back into fair territory. Hodge checks and then fires it into the crowd. And a Nebraska run will come in to score on the air. Second of the game for an LSU team that didn't have any last weekend.
Well, and that ball hit way foul, but the spin on it, it comes back in. Plenty of time to make a good throw over. You can see Hodge is going to get her body in front of it. She texts the runner back, but just airmails it over to Edwards at first. Unfortunate error with the runner on second. It's going to put another run up on the board for Nebraska.
Was Beth Torina wondering if that runner should have been allowed to score from second base?
Well, I would think because
It
the
will
ball,
stand, yep.
Yep, the ball left the field of play, so you get an extra base.
Yep. And that pitch gets away from Bajaran. And Hoffman will move over to third.
It's a good time for Beth Torina to call timeout, go and talk to her battering. We've seen it all game long with Bajaran behind the plate, setting up in, and Heavner missing away, and it's been hard for her to kind of grab those pitches, even though they're not that far off the plate. That one gets away from her.
And so some bullpen activity. That's Peyton Monticelli, the transfer from Oklahoma, who is up right now with Nebraska on top 2-zip and threatening to add another with a runner at third base.
Yeah, and this is, with your LSU, you've got to be strong here. They had Hoffman 0-2, and then the unfortunate error. It's, you know, the wheels can fall off very quick, but you just got to get refocused, try to keep this third run off the board. Pick up those bats and go back to work.
Here's Samantha Bland in the 8th spot. Infield is drawn in with the 1 out. Bland flew out to center field her first time up. The infield is, or the outfield is also pulled way in.
Oh, nice grab. Macy Barger, and she has had her work cut out. Had a lot of double headers. I mean, she's been all over the place. A lot of pitches, wild.
Yeah,
good job behind the plate.
That last one that allowed the runner to advance was ruled a wild pitch. Bland, will it be deep enough? Lassiter makes the catch, fires for home, and it's a bit offline and not in time as Hoffman slides in safely. And it is 3-0, Nebraska.
We talked about all the fly balls early in this game. Now they're coming to pay. Getting that runner over to third base, how big that wild pitch was, moving the runner second to third.
So aided by the LSU defense, but also Nebraska, a couple of sacrifices. 1 bunt, 1 sac fly to get the runner in. And here is Lauren Cammons in the 9 spot, singled and scored her first time up. And an 0-1 count. Our scoreboard down temporarily. We'll keep you up to date as best we can with 2 outs. Here's Heavner. And that one misses in, 1-1. So just 1 of the 3 runs earned here charged to Heavner. And the count goes to 3-1 with Jordy Fromm on deck. And there you see Vectorina punching in the numbers to signal her pitcher what she wants. Coaches can also signal the offense this year, a new twist, and a walk to the number 9 hitter with Fromm coming up. Jordy 0 for 1. She's also been hit by a pitch.
Jordy Fromm.
With 2 outs to Jordy and a 3-0 Nebraska lead. Laces that, has Franklin back to the wall. It's over her head off the base. And Jordy Fromm with the stand-up double to drive in Cammons, who got on base with a free pass out of the 9 spot.
This is a great adjustment from Jordy Fromm, too. Her first 2 at-bats. Well, first one, she gets hit. They're coming in. She flies out weakly to third base. Her second at-bat now just does a nice job. This pitch a little bit more middle away. Drives this again, just missing a home run off the wall. Franklin, a bit of a misread. A stand-up double, Jordy Fromm.
Jordy's 5th RBI of the season. And we may have a pitching change coming up here for LSU with 2 outs and Fromm out at second base. 3 runs in here in the 4th. And Monticelli getting some instruction from Heavner as she gets set to check in. We will take a break. 4-0 Huskers and a pitching change for the Tigers. The senior from Wisconsin is the new pitcher coming on to replace Jaden Heavner. Her 2nd appearance of the season. Picked up a win last weekend in 7 innings of work.
She's got that experience gained at the University of Oklahoma before transferring over to LSU. She's going to be in the high 60s. She's up in the zone. She is rise, rise, rise. She will hammer that fastball and an off speed.
Opposite field, back to the track, and it spins around Lorenz and Hannah Cammons. A stand-up double to drive in another run here for the Huskers, and it's 5-0.
How about, welcome Peyton Monticelli. First pitch, swinging. And you like it from Hannah. She sees a good cookie down in the zone, drives this out to left field, but watch Lorenz. She gets turned around wrong side. This is a ball that she knows she can catch, but you see she has to switch her feet last second because of that move, unable to catch this ball. Another double for the Huskers.
That is the top 3 in the batting order now, all with RBI doubles in the game. And here is Jessie Farrell, who had one of those her last time up. So after starting out the game 0 for 6 with a runner on base, they have become electric with runners out there on the paths.
3 doubles in this game. They had 3 all last weekend.
'39th career relief appearance for Monticelli. Her freshman year at Wisconsin and then a couple of years at Oklahoma, part of a national championship team a couple of years ago. Heavner, 3 2/3 innings of work. There's a deep fly ball. Lorenz will come back in to make the catch as it's held up in the wind. But a 4-run fourth for the Huskers.
The Huskers, with all that senior leadership on top, 5-zip over LSU.
Invitational. And now joining us on the mic is LSU coach Beth Torino.
And Coach, this is always a tough weekend, really good teams. What's the message coming into a tournament like this that you share with your team?
Well, I think the coach speak is what a great opportunity in front of you, to go out and prove yourself and do those things. And then I think like the real feel is like you want to toe up against the best and, want to see where you're at, have a measuring stick.
Well, you're toeing up against a good freshman right now, good off speed. What adjustments do you guys need to make offensively coming into the fourth?
Yeah, I think, our hitters are so smart. Like, they're so intelligent. They're having incredible conversations in the dugout. They have a lot of thoughts and ideas and plans. So they'll at least be trying something different that fits for them. I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all here in this dugout. So they've each got some ideas and got some plans, and they're going to go to work.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you,
Beth.
Tigers trail 5-0, still looking for their first hit, guys, off of Jensen.
Yeah, Jensen's been outstanding. She starts out the game with a rise ball strikeout, but then how about the changeup? The changeup has just been on fire in the sense that it drops down through the zone. It's got that tight spin. It's almost unreadable, and you can see the way that LSU is swinging through that pitch. They are frozen by that pitch. The freshman, really good turnaround after giving up 5 home runs last weekend. Has put up a bunch of goose eggs here in Clearwater.
On cue, there it is again, and you can tell by the way that the hitters are reacting. I mean, just if you look at the side, how much they're missing in front of that changeup, not being able to see it out of the hand.
5 strikeouts the first time through, so let's see with what Beth Torino was referencing, if the communication amongst the players in the dugout after their at-bats pays off and they do things a little differently. Just the second time through now here, top of the order in the top of the fourth. Or bottom of the fourth.
Well, with a pitcher like Jensen, you cannot be caught in between. You can't, in what we say is in between speeds. You either have to be really looking for something soft or looking for something hard, but again, they have to be pitches that are in the strike zone. So even if you're sitting change, you can't chase that pitch down out of the zone.
In for a strike at the knees to Jayla Lassiter. Grounded out to third, her first time up.
They got all kinds of stuff going on in that dugout, too. I mean, clipboards, whiteboards, everything. When Beth Torino was talking about the individual understands adjustments they have to make, they definitely have a lot to go on. It's pretty cool, Smitty. We were down there and being able to look through all their own personal charts. Each hitter required to come back. They travel with this giant whiteboard, and it's almost like a journal. So as soon as you get in the dugout, instead of speaking it, you actually write down some of the adjustments that you need to make.
It's so important to understand your own at-bat, but then also how your teammates are being pitched. Because if you're a lefty and your lefties are being thrown one way, or your righty power hitter being thrown another way.
Full count to Lassiter. And that one in similar fashion. Of course, the fun thing for fans here in Clearwater and for you at home, we got all kinds of games going on. They are just underway, currently on SEC Network. I believe that is Maddie Johnson for Georgia, pitching to Tia Warsop for Oklahoma State. Little SEC Big 12 showdown. And Warsop able to draw the walk. They're in the top of the first, next door to us.
Oh, great effort from Samantha Bland. Getting down into the sand. It's not just dirt out here in Florida. Get down to that left field side, and they bring that straight from the beach. Heck, I'd be diving too, but look at this drop step. Oh, just misses it.
Terrific effort.
I love that ump cam. I mean, you feel like you're right there.
Totally.
Like I want to reach out and
I wanted to move out of the way. I'm like, oh, shoot.
Another 3-2 offering to Lassiter.
Wow.
And a called strike 3.
Wow.
Number 6 with that devastating change doing the work.
It's the movement, it's the change of pace, and you know what? It's the way she sells it, the way she comes up on her front side, so she looks like she's throwing that ball 70 miles an hour and it just drops in. Wow, outstanding pitch by the freshman.
3 swinging, 3 looking. And here's Sierra Daniel, who got caught looking at that changeup back in the first.
I mean, this pitch is real, and I love it because of the way that these hitters, I mean, you just look, that's how you can tell how good it is. I mean, they are triggered, ready to fire, and they're not seeing it.
Off the glove of Fromm and out to right, and LSU has its first base runner of the day. See if they will rule that their first hit as well.
I think it should be. This ball is hit hard. Sierra Daniel, talk about the adjustment. Well, that she gets that off-speed pitch, and this one is hanging. You see it actually almost moving up in the zone. A beautiful job driving it hard down the line off the glove of Jordy Fromm.
And that will indeed be a single for Sierra Daniel, so that breaks up the no-no after Jensen had retired 10 straight to start the game. And now you're getting into the heart of their order. The throw over to first, not in time. Here's Macy Bajaran. Fromm. There. You've probably noticed already that orange base, the double base at first. A long overdue new addition to the college softball world. Batter must be in the box within 12 seconds. Give the batters a little extra time. Coaches keep a challenge this year if they win a challenge. And it's going to be really exciting at the end of the year. The selection committee won't just seed 1 to 16. They will seed half of the field. So now you will know at the 16 regional sites, obviously the host is the high seed, but you will also know who the second best team is now in each region.
That's been a long time coming as well.
Long time coming.
Yeah. But hopefully that double base at first will eliminate a lot of collisions we've seen over the years. The whip throw down to second, and Cammonson dropped it. Otherwise they would have had Daniel. Now it's a runner in scoring position. LSU now 20 for 20 on the season.
Yeah, that is a nice throw by Farrell. She's going to drop down to her knees. Daniel is fast. She gets a good jump, but the ball just pops out of Cammonson's glove. Another nice view from the ump cam. Beautiful view. Good job sliding into the back of the bag as well for Daniel.
I always think it's so hard for second base, though, to cover there. And,
it is.
And I know that's a lot to keep shortstop where they're at in that 5-6 hole, but to come run with the runner, have to then avoid the runner.
And your momentum, right, is going toward the bag. The throw, if it's behind you, it's difficult. With the shortstop, you're coming through to the bag.
RBI opportunity for Bajaran, trying to get LSU on the board. Full count again. Macy struck out swinging at a rise ball her first time up. Got her again. 2 down. Strikeout number 7 already for Jensen.
Well, and she uses the rise ball again. And what's interesting is that she varies her speed on this rise ball. We've seen it anywhere from 58 to 62 miles an hour. This one's coming in at 60. So good velocity, but just gets it in the eyes enough to bait you to swing through it. 7th strikeout.
And you saw how late she was. I mean, that's the thing. When you got that changeup in the back of your mind as a hitter, like, you know now. Like, that's been the money pitch. So you're thinking 2 strikes, she's going to throw me this, and that's why she's not only under but late on the rise.
Here's Edwards, the most dangerous bat in the lineup for LSU. She struck out on that changeup first time up. From Flower Mound, Texas.
That's a great take. Just up above the hands. But it gets right in that eye, that part of your eyesight you want to swing.
And it's a great pitcher's pitch for the freshman. You know, first base is open. You've got 2 outs. 3-0. I think I'm going to go right on the outer half. Challenge Edwards.
Just to let you know.
Exactly.
Runner at second, first threat of the day for LSU. Down in the dirt, and Edwards will take the walk, so 2 on board for the number 5 hitter, Allie Hutchins.
Tori Edwards is going to see a whole lot of those this season. This is where who hits behind her is going to be huge for LSU. Allie Hutchins in that situation early here.
This will be the 58th pitch. That pitch count on our scoreboard incorrect right now. I'll try and get that remedied for you. Jensen has been very efficient, staying out of trouble. First time through the lineup. Three straight 3-ball counts prior to Hutchins. Out to left and on the run to make the catch is Hannah Kamenzen. Out of trouble for Jensen, 5-0, Huskers. Nothing holding the Huskers back right now. 5-0 the lead over LSU. 3 RBI doubles for the top 3 hitters in the Husker lineup. Alexis Jensen in the circle, terrific. 7 strikeouts. Fromm has one of those RBIs. And the Nebraska offense has been productive. And they are ready to go back to work against the second LSU pitcher of the day, Peyton Monticelli. Ava Kuzak stepping in, 0 for 2 with a fly out and a line out. 4, 5, and 6 coming up.
Waiting for this bat to get going too. You see the batting average now, of course, early in the season. She hit .412 last year.
Pops it up, and Monticelli calling for it, bobbles it, and drops it. And that's a situation where the pitcher has to step out of the way.
Ralph Raymond always said, Mikey, Smitty, stay in the circle. Basically, let everybody else catch it, but you, especially if you're going backward, that is not a position you want to be in no matter what position you're in. You don't want to be retreating. Let your shortstop come in. Edwards is in position, Daniel in a position to make that play. That's got to be a little bit of communication work to get that out.
That is the 3rd error on the LSU infield. And a base runner with nobody out for Emerson Cope. Cope off the end of her bat. They'll try for 2. The turn is in time. Hodge to Daniel to Edwards to clean that up. 2 down.
Oh, and how do you bounce back from a defensive error when you make a double play? Great job by Avery Hodge to go get that ball in the 5-6 hole. Nice turnover to Daniel to Edwards for the 5-4-3 double play. And Monticelli, she's loving it. She's like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. And this is why you should field the ball.
Hodge taking over at 3rd base this year for Coffey.
How about teammates facing off? Both transfers from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Monticelli, Hannah Core now up to bat. 2 players that didn't get a whole lot of opportunities when their time at Oklahoma. Now everyday starters or more impact players.
And the infield pop. Side retired. Quick work for Monticelli. And for Nebraska, Alexis Jensen has been rolling along. 7 strikeouts, just the 1 hit allowed so far. She's back out there after this. In Clearwater, they faked us out, guys. They went from number 99 to number 98. So terrific 4 innings of work for Alexis Jensen, and now the Huskers will turn to Jordy Fromm in the circle for her Clearwater debut as the pitcher moving over from first base.
Heck of a start, man. Alexis Jensen making the statement, rebounding from last weekend, and I think smart to take her out, especially as well as she only the 1 hit. 59 pitches, 34 strikes.
That's a foul ball off the bat of Char Lorenz. Foul ball, everybody. 6, 7, 8 are coming up to face Jordy Fromm, last year's player and pitcher of the year in the Big Ten Conference. 2-time national champion at Oklahoma. As you see the numbers for Jensen, terrific for the freshman in her Clearwater debut.
I mean, perfect through the first 3.
Yeah. Really shut down this LSU lineup. So now you bring Fromm out of the bullpen.
And the coaching staff talked about this is probably going to be the mix of pitchers you're going to see a lot. You've got senior, freshman, you've got righty and lefty, you've got more power hard and Fromm, really good off speed, and Jensen. They just complement each other so well.
This is where the game's changed. I mean, you get those starters that are, I mean, just absolutely dealing. I mean, forever it's keep them in. You never see another pitcher, and now it's understanding that combination, how to use different arms. And this is what we'll see from Nebraska throughout the season.
Every coach we talk to, it's been like that, even at Texas Tech, where we saw Nigeri Kennedy try and throw every pitch at the World Series last year. They added more firepower in their pitching staff as well with Caitlin Terry. We'll see them coming up next against Florida State. You know, Lonnie Alameda's always used a lot of different arms in the circle. And a strikeout for Jordy to start things off here in the 5th.
Jordy showing what she can do, moving that ball around, and what she can do is throw a really good rise ball, top of the zone, but also has that changeup that is a knee buckler as well. And those 2 pitches, they just blend so well. She also has a good screwball. She'll throw away from lefties into righties. But look at this changeup, same thing. It's got that tight backward flip rotation. Just sells it so well, and she hammers the zone. I mean, she doesn't play around with.
I love the freshman dropping changes left and right, and then the senior comes out and says, "Let me show you this one, kid."
Just so good.
She works at such a fast pace. And it's like she's getting a workout just being on the rubber.
Well, how much fun was that last year? They go to Tennessee, and we're there to watch Fromm against Carlin Pickens in that great 3-game regional that has returned the Huskers to this new season with a lot of hunger in their bellies to go one step further and get to Oklahoma City.
Well, that's something you don't see. Look at that, 51 complete games, 71 wins in her career.
Fouled away by Franklin.
That's why that changeup is so effective, because Jordy's not afraid to get in the kitchen. She will, to these right-handed batters, come inside. That arm side is what she dominates. And with that off speed, it's just a great combination.
Yeah, they've been working on that glove side a little bit more, haven't they? Whoop, and a softball just came over from the field next door.
This is like travel ball days. I mean, that's the beauty of these fields. I mean, the fans are right up close, personal, but you got softball fields everywhere.
We're on field 8. That was field 9 next door. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to short, and I think this one may be, are they going to say this is still good because a ball came out into the outfield from field 9?
Yeah, they're saying it was a dead ball.
Dead ball, yeah.
Didn't count.
So even though that one did not interfere in the infield, it still did come over and land in the outfield grass. There you see it.
How about our camera guys taking that? That was a good close-up of a ball coming in from a very odd direction.
Our whole crew passionate about softball, and Jordy will exchange the ground out for a strikeout.
Yeah,
2 down.
Jordy's like, hey, I'll take this another opportunity. I'm going to drop this off speed in and pick up another strikeout. Look at the way she's going to roll that arm across the hip and spin that backwards. Leads with the pinky. And when you lead with the pinky and you get over top that ball, you get that tight rotation on the pitch, hard to identify.
So here's the intrigue now for those of you scoring at home. Nebraska has struck out 8 of the 9 in the batting order, and Kylie Edwards at the plate is the only one who has not yet struck out. And now she's down 0-2.
She had a good bat, though, back in the 3rd. Fly out to center field, but it battled down here at the bottom of the order.
7 of the 8 who have struck out have been on a changeup from 2 different pitchers. Jordy tried with the low heat, 1 and 2.
Jesse mentioned it, from very arm side heavy, trying to come in underneath those righty hitters for LSU, and they've backed off the plate, trying to make that adjustment. Franklin was off, Edwards now off the plate.
Well, it helps set up that changeup, because then you got to get the barrel going.
Ground ball just outside the bag at 3rd. Another 1-2 pitch coming from Jordy. Out into shallow right, and Casey Hoffman will take care of that. Still 5-0, Nebraska. Stars in town this weekend, including the 2-time National Pitcher of the Year, Nigeri Kennedy with Texas Tech. We're enjoying the handiwork of Jordy Fromm already here with Nebraska. They are on a collision course. Might see them both head-to-head in the circle Sunday night, 6 Eastern on ESPN. We're hoping the coaches will give the people what they want, ladies.
Oh, they will. Oh, they will. Put them on headlocks, be like, let's go. We're promoting this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't want to see Fromm versus Kennedy Sunday night, ESPN?
This is the best field we've had in the 7 years here. So you're playing 2, 3, 4 ranked opponents while you're here. All building towards that doubleheader, Tech, Nebraska, and then Tennessee against Florida State. So we could also see Carlin Pickens on Sunday night. Maybe a little Ashton Danley. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Good luck to the hitters.
Sorry, Jess. No.
Well, that's the nice thing about those two is they're both hitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both.
Pick up the bat.
Doing it both ways.
5-0 here in Nebraska. Dominant pitching performance, first from Alexis Jensen and now Jordy Fromm. And Fromm, Hannah Kamensend, and Jessie Farrell with RBI doubles. And here is the bottom of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Hoffman reached on an error, aided on the base paths by a wild pitch, and then came in to score. Lays off the rise. You can see updated scores, too, throughout the tournament in the upper right part of your screen. Florida State and Texas Tech at 1 Eastern on ESPN2. LSU will play again later today against Oklahoma State. I think I just saw the Pokes are up 2-0 on Georgia in the field next door to us.
Every game is going to be a great game. 5 teams in the top 10, 10 in the top 25. I mean, every game you watch is going to be just epic.
It's just fun because it has that postseason feel to it. We get to do this in February. A real prelude to what we'll see in May.
Funny you should mention that, Jessica Mendoza, because in the previous 5 years, remember that 1 year we started the season but didn't finish the season with COVID, on average, 3 of these teams per year make it to the World Series, so fly out to left field there. So there's a really good chance 3 of the teams here could be in Oklahoma City. And with 1 down, we'll remind you of men's college basketball Saturday doubleheader on ABC. K-State, Iowa State, and then Kentucky taking on the defending national champion Florida Gators. Coming your way Saturday afternoon, also on the ESPN app. And there you see Randy rolling next door. The pitching change for Georgia. State's got the bases loaded in the top of the second with 1 out. Looking to bust that one open.
Oklahoma State coming off a weekend over at Stanford. Some tough losses. A lot of teams going after it early, though. Going on the road, playing top teams.
Stanford looked good.
There's a rocket out to center and off the top of the wall. Samantha Bland diving in at second, and it's the 4th double of the day for the Huskers.
What do you got to do to hit it out of this place? I mean, we've seen some hard contact. Look at the exit velocity on this one. Get on top of the rise ball. Just a beautiful swing, beautiful job down here in the 8-hole. We're missing by inches. Off the top of the wall, and you're right, Beth. Another double for the Huskers. This has been the name of the game for this offense.
Lauren Kamenzend in the 9-hole. Yeah, over the years, we've seen a lot of home runs hit here, but staying in the yard so far. And that one ricocheted, I think, off of Kamenzend's bat and hit Bajaran.
Oof. Got both legs.
Bajaran okay.
She gets up, takes away a pass ball, wild pitch. And after nailing her quad,
It's not easy.
She's had a couple of those already today. Fabio, 1 and 2. Gotta be very careful here not to put another base runner on with Fromm coming up. Then you're 1 swing away from run rule territory for Nebraska.
Kamenzend's had great at-bats, you know, to get on base in front of Jordy, top of the lineup.
I like her in that 9-hole.
Single, walk, she scored twice, and here the infield pop, 2 down.
I still like her in the 9-hole.
The first baseman, Jordy Fromm.
On base twice this game, and this is going to be the season. Jordy up here in the leadoff spot is the big hitter.
She's been on base twice as well, drove in a run and scored in the 4th.
We're seeing that change too. We talked about it with pitchers, seeing a lot more pitchers within games. We're also seeing the big hitters bat first or second in the order instead of in that 3-4 classic hole. You're not getting that slapper all the time. It's in the 1 or 2 hole.
Get more ABs that way. Fisted that one right back up the middle. And another run will score. Second RBI for Fromm as Bland comes in from second.
And this is like off the hands. I mean, just a great job from Jordy Fromm. Look at where this pitch is located and how she just gets enough. I mean, literally not even on the barrel. You see the white part of the bat that was like the purple in on the hands, but so strong. Muscles this into center field for another RBI. For 6 already this season.
And to your point, Jess, if she would have roped that any harder, there's a chance that Bland may not have scored from second, could have been thrown out, but getting it done.
So top 4 in the order have driven in 4 of the 6, including Hannah Kamenzen, who doubled in a run in the 4th. And look at the extras. Again, you get through that line up once, and then the second, it used to be the 3rd time through was trouble. Now it's the 2nd time through.
Oh, that's why a lot of coaches go to that pen.
High fly ball, Lassiter drifting back, fighting off the sun to make the play, but another run in for the Huskers. Impact players on this opening day in Clearwater, certainly Alexis Jensen, who got the start, mowed down the first 10 she faced, finished the day with 7 strikeouts, and then Jordy Fromm came on in relief. She struck out a pair, has driven in a couple of runs at the plate, and it has been all Huskers so far, and a 6-0 lead to the bottom of the 6th.
9 strikeouts, just 1 hit given up. I mean, LSU really hasn't even had a chance to dig in. Just 1 runner in scoring position.
Won't even start to hint like they were going to get to Jensen. They bring in the All-American, Jordy Fromm.
Oh, just 2 over the minimum, which means, you know, your 7, 8, 9 hitters, they're just getting their second at-bats here late in the game, 5th, 6th inning. It's hard to get anything going when you don't have that back-to-back.
Eight of the 9 in the lineup strikeout victims today for LSU. Been tough to get anything going. Sierra Daniel, the lone hit in the 4th. Tori Edwards drew a walk. And those are the only 2 base runners.
There's been good defense too. Corner outfielders having some good reads, taking away hits.
Fouled off.
Talia Hill, new left fielder. Seeing a lot of action right now. Avery Hodge kind of battling everything over to that left side. Nebraska has done this already early in the season, late in game, a defensive replacement out there for Kamenzen.
Hodge, fly ball out to left, and the center fielder core way over to make the play, 1 down. So Jensen was the starter. Fromm coming on in relief. There are their numbers.
Like to see that every game if you're a coach. Just been stellar in the circle.
First 3 games, 10 innings, 10 earned runs, the 5 home runs. Today, whole nother ball game. And that's a freshman curious after not having the success she hoped for week 1. Asking questions, how can I get better? What can I do different with her coaches?
Yep. And took ownership, and that's what the coaches loved. I put it on the plate, it got punished. Those were her exact words to the coaching staff. That's what I learned.
Under a bell, they do a great job of, instead of telling players, hey, this is what you did, they ask questions.
Yeah.
You tell me. What did you see? What do you think?
Base knock through the left side for Jayla Lassiter and a 1-out base runner. Second hit of the game for LSU. How about men's college basketball? Triple header coming your way on Saturday. Tech, Arizona, Auburn, Arkansas, and Gonzaga, Santa Clara, taking you deep into the night on the West Coast. Coming your way Saturday night on ESPN. First pitch swinging, back up the middle. Sierra Daniel and a couple aboard here for the heart of the order for LSU.
Well, and this is a really interesting play here because you can see that Jordy Fromm is going to go after this hard hit back up the middle and pulls her glove back. Watch, she kind of goes and comes back because she thinks that Kuzak is going to be more up the middle, and this is where communication is important. Kuzak is more in the 5-6 hole, can't get to that. I used to check all the time to see where my shortstop was positioned so I knew whether or not I was going to try to glove up something hard back up the middle.
Well, Jordy's a great fielder, too.
Another first pitch swinging. And they'll get the force out at third. Bland steps on the base to take care of Lassiter. 2 down.
Now batting the first baseman, Tori
Well, and you would think too, I mean, you are able to communicate from the dugout to your defenders.
Yeah.
That they know what pitch is coming and may know when they have to adjust.
Well, it's the type of hitter that was up.
Yeah. Another first pitch swinging. Edwards, and that'll drop foul.
That was up a long time, not get caught too, and that's a big for this to be able to fall down. Tori Edwards, clearly the best hitter in this lineup. Finally getting an opportunity with a runner at first base. Obviously runners at first and second because there's a runner at first. Can't really pitch around her. Have to go after her.
Looks like Beth Torino wants a pinch runner over there at first. Destiny Harris.
trying for LSU at first base, number 33, Destiny Harris.
Edwards looking to do some damage, trying to get LSU back in this thing. Swing and a miss. This all-American matchup head-to-head right here.
These are great takes. Tori Edwards now twice spit on the rise ball that's been just a little bit out of the zone. Doesn't even flinch on that pitch. I wonder if Jordy Ball's going to go back to that changeup or try to come with something up and in.
2-2 pitch. Got the inside corner for the punch out. Ends the threat with her third.
Well, she came back with that changeup after the take from Tori Edwards. All-American against All-American. Jordy Fromm gets the K and the emotion.
Shriners Children's Clearwater Invitational is brought to you by Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere. And St. Pete, Clearwater, Florida. From game time to white sand beaches, visit spc.com.
Been a lot of dancing for the Huskers today. 6 of the 9 batters in their lineup with a hit, 4 doubles. Fromm has driven in a pair and has come on to pitch in relief of Alexis Jensen, who was spectacular the freshman getting her first start here in Clearwater. Opening day, got 40 games for you in the next 4 days. 10 teams in the top 25. 5 of the top 10 are here. And 3 teams that were at the World Series a year ago are here. Florida State's coming up next. They'll take on Texas Tech in a rematch of that Tallahassee Super Regional a year ago, won by the Red Raiders. 1 Eastern here on ESPN2. And then LSU will take on Oklahoma State after that one. A triple header for you on this opening day. And another, this may be a record of the softballs that have come into Field 8 from Field 9 over our 7 years here. Third one of the day.
They're always timed like right as the pitcher's about to throw too.
2-1 from Monticelli. Foul down the line. 3, 4, and 5. Jesse Farrell could be a really nice new addition out of Henderson, Nevada. 2 years at UNLV. Catching today, she's a good utility player. Can't hold off there. And a strikeout for Monticelli, just the second of the day for LSU pitching.
See, she just goes a little bit too far. That Farrell breaks the front plane of the plate. Monticelli going downstairs.
Here's Ava Kuzak. She is looking for a thump to bust out of her slump.
We talked about all the doubles, big swings, extra bases, but the 3-4 hitters for the Huskers have been quiet.
Yeah.
Jesse Farrell, a couple flyouts, that last strikeout. Kuzak reaching on an error.
And for a strike, 1-2. 1-1. Just missed inside. Ava now 2 for 20 to open up the season. Terrific last year as a 400 hitter with power.
And I think that is the one thing that's a little tough for Nebraska, right? The senior season, the expectation, so close last year, you want it so bad. Trying to put all that together and still be your best version of yourself. The expectation, the pressure of it all.
Full count here to Kuzak. And that one will drop in for a base hit. Might be the springboard for her moving forward.
Just enough to get it to the grass. I mean, that's what you need. I mean, this rise ball way out of the zone, but it just kind of pushes this out into right center field where LSU outfielders can't get to it. That's when you kind of want to hug first base.
And it's a 1-out base runner for Emerson Cope. Laces that out to center and right at Lassiter.
Smoked.
2 down. Got a good women's basketball doubleheader coming your way Sunday on ABC. Can the Duke Blue Devils run the table in the Atlantic Coast Conference? They're undefeated in league play. Big rivalry showdown hosting North Carolina, and then Texas at Tennessee. Texas Longhorns right now projected #1 seed in the tournament with UConn, UCLA, and South Carolina. Hoop season starting to head towards the finish line. Just a month to go in the regular season. Of course, we've got the entire NCAA tournament, Final Four, coming your way on the ESPN networks.
Can't wait.
Likely that UConn will be undefeated going into the postseason, trying for a 13th national championship.
It's cool when we talk about, you know, Oklahoma, and you just look across the board of women's sports and schools that have dominated and over time, over decades, been able to find that consistency. UConn's that for women's basketball.
The pursuit of perfection. Always fun to watch, whether you're rooting for it or against it. We've seen both sides. 3-0 pitch. And Core takes.
You know, being able for a player like Hannah Core and Peyton Monticelli, both coming from Oklahoma, to be able to kind of spread out that talent, share it with other teams.
Another one that's smashed out into right, and Alex Franklin making the diving grab. Web gem for Alex to end the inning.
Oh, this is what we got to see here early on in Florida. Watch this ball just kind of come down and die quickly. Alex Franklin, the read, the flexibility. Get your glove on this thing. Take away a hit. Great play. Pitcher Peyton loves it.
There's no better primetime show than Nyjah at night.
Boy, can she pitch on this stage.
It's a 3-2 count. This girl's the best hitter on their team.
You could build a $40 million stadium and not have more impact than what Nyjah Kennedy made.
Amazing, just be able to inspire the next generation of athletes.
Nyjah Kennedy and Texas Tech are on deck, taking on Florida State next. Last chance here for LSU, and they'll try and make some noise in the bottom of the 7th. Down 6-zip. Allie Hutchins off the top of the wall for a double.
It's been the theme. Nebraska just peppering the top of the wall we saw with their offense, and Allie Hutchins getting in on the action again. Think it's out of here off the bat. Does a nice job, head down, driving this ball opposite field, and we're talking top pole, staying in the park.
And now hits for 3 of the last 5 that have faced from. Rhonda Ravel coming out to check on her. Try and close this out, 3 outs away from the win. Their second top 10 win of the season.
Well, Fromm gave up 3 home runs last weekend.
Yeah.
She gave up a lot of long balls last year. If there's one little area of her game, sometimes gets a little bit too close to the zone and can be a little too sweet.
Char Lorenz, the sophomore transfer from Louisville.
The game plan, if you're right-handed batters, get off the plate, look in. She will come to that arm side. She's about 90% with everything that she throws hard will get on that arm side, which is inside of these right-handed batters. So you can see right now, Lorenz off the plate. She's hunting. She's looking for something in.
Got something in, fouled it off. 2 of the last 3 innings, LSU has had a couple on base, but unable to bring them home. And now down to their last chance to try and flip the script. Really staying in. Missed the mark, 2-1.
And it has like screw action. Like even though she's throwing a rise ball, she'll throw fastballs. She has that pitch that kind of hits off her hip. Sam Landry had this last year too, and it kind of acts like a screwball into these righties.
And if your hip's a little early, then you have control, and we're starting to see her at times work from behind.
Yeah.
And now 3-1. Jensen, the starter today, looking on. Ground ball, base hit. Runners on the corners for LSU. And that is now 4 of the last 6 that have gotten hits off of Jordy.
That's the adjustments for LSU. See how far Lorenz is off the plate, and watch her just open up that front hip. So again, up and in. This is a pitch she's not going to get to if she's on the plate where she normally was against Jensen. Instead, backs off the plate, another hit for LSU.
Here's Alex Franklin, who just had that terrific catch out in right field.
Franklin as well, way off the dish. And you can see the first inning off of Jensen, they were all a little bit tighter, especially her being left-handed. As she started to work in a little bit, they started to move back, but they are profoundly off the plate now against Fromm.
We talked with Rhonda Revelle about that. That was one of the biggest things they went to work with this week. So just from last weekend to this weekend, Jordy Fromm trying to work a little more glove side to not be so predictable.
Tip.
And that's the pitch. That's what I think she needs to lean on more right now with these LSU hitters, because it's clear what they are trying to do. When you're hunting in and she throws that change, which is already a plus changeup, with hitters that are looking inside, you're going to get that off the top of the bat or a swing and miss.
Rolls that one in the dirt. 2-1. Catches the corner, 2-2.
Defense for Nebraska really split. Right side strong to the right, left side strong to the 5-6 hole.
This is where you come back with the changeup. I think you see the nodding right there from Alex Franklin. Right there on the pitch on the inside part of the plate.
Two-two. Tried to jam her up and in again, fouled off. Double the lead off for Hutchins. She's at third. Char Lorenz over at first. Down in the zone, little trickler, that's trouble. Nowhere for Fromm to go, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Third hit of the inning.
That was a changeup, but I'll tell you what, Alex Franklin, a great job of battling off everything up and in, and then she gets beat on the changeup. It's a swing and bunt. Hustles down the line, turns it into a hit.
Yeah, Bland, the third baseman, playing back, trying to protect that 5-6 hole in the base. Kuzak in the 5-6 hole. So interesting positioning that you have to go with when those right-handed hitters are that far off the plate.
Couple of flyouts for Kylie Edwards. And the only Tiger who has not struck out today.
And that's the pitch that Fromm typically hammers the zone with, but she's been missing it low in the zone, arm side.
Kylie Edwards' front foot is almost out of the box. That's how far off the plate she is.
That's in for a strike from Jordy. Second time through now for the bottom of the order. So these Tiger hitters have seen her once already. Edwards pops that one up on the run. The catch is made by Casey Hoffman. The throw to the plate offline, but LSU cannot advance. One down with the bases loaded.
Nice read by Casey Hoffman to get to that ball. Looked like potentially could drop in there. She reads the ball very well off the bat in right field. She has done so when she was at Arkansas before coming back home to Nebraska.
So here's Avery Hodge, former teammate of Ball's at Oklahoma. Fromm's. Right back to Jordy, home for one, down to first, dropped by Bella Bacon, the new first baseman. 2 down.
You don't have many opportunities to turn a double play with the lefty slapper in the box, but this is how good Fromm is. She's going to get that ball to Farrell, throw down to Bacon. This is a double play, but look at the way that the ball comes to her. It hits off the glove. She needs to stride toward that ball to make the catch. Just goes off the glove. Should have been a game-ending double play.
She comes in to play first when Fromm moves over to pitch. And so now the Tigers down to their final out with the bases loaded for the top of the order. Lassiter singled in the last inning. Now the Red Raiders are in the building. There's your pitcher of the year last year, Nigel Kennedy. They are coming up next against Florida State. Seminoles, the national champions in 2018. Lassiter could not hold up. And a strikeout to end it for Jordy Fromm. Preserves the shutout in a 6-0 win for the Huskers.
Fromm's 4th strikeout of the game. Comes with the bases loaded. Rise ball in the inner half. Nice elevation. Lassiter just cannot hold up. Breaks the plane to the front of the plate. And look at the pitching staff. Freshman, senior, picking up a big win for Nebraska.
Well, they didn't make it easy there in the end. I mean, 7th inning, getting the bases loaded and getting out of that jam. But how about the Huskers scoring runs early in this one? A ton of doubles, including a couple RBIs from Jordy Fromm.
They combo for 11 strikeouts, Fromm and Jensen. And a 6-0 Nebraska win. Florida State, Texas Tech, still to come here from Clearwater.